Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for Season 7 of Game of Thrones! Yes, everyone knows that I'm a huge diehard Game of Thrones fan. Ever since I've had this channel, I've reviewed whatever seasons I can. I've reviewed Season 5 and Season 6. I'll put the links down below. I did those in the past few years. And now I'm going to review Season 7 of Game of Thrones. Yes, the finale just ended just tonight, and oh my god, it was amazing. Oh my god. Yes, I'm going to talk into huge spoilers in this whole review. It's all spoilers, so if you haven't caught up on Game of Thrones, then I suggest you skip this video. But if you don't care about spoilers or you're already caught up, then it's not going to matter. But yeah, this whole video I'm going to be talking about Season 7, what happened, what did I like, what I didn't like, which was barely anything, but yeah, what I loved about the season and all the spoilers that happened, especially what happened in this finale that just passed. Oh my god, it was unbelievable. So yeah, just warning you, spoilers ahead. Yeah, so yeah, Season 7 of Game of Thrones, this was a solid season of Game of Thrones. I think I say that every season because, again, I'm very biased when it comes to Game of Thrones because I love the books, Songs of Fire and Ice, and I love what George R. R. Martin did with the books, and I love what D.B. Weiss and David Benioff did with this series, but it impresses me more and more as the seasons keep going. I loved Season 1 all the way to Season 6, and now Season 7 was amazing. I loved this season. I know there has been a few complaints about Season 7, about it being rushed. There's a few things that just don't make sense, and honestly, if I have to nitpick this season, I guess that's a kind of minor issue. Yes, there are moments of this season that felt very rushed because it is not the traditional 10 episodes like it is every season. It is only 7 episodes, and next season, the final season, will be only 6, which does feel rushed, but honestly, this season is payoff. Yes, it feels rushed at times, and yes, there's moments in this season stuff happens that just doesn't make sense because they like send a raven and like 5 minutes later the person's there and stuff. Like they get messages to countries in such a fast period of time and it doesn't make sense. But yeah, other than that, it's fine. Like I can suspend my disbelief. Those didn't really bother me. Yes, it was a bit rushed, but honestly, it really didn't bother me. Was it a minor nitpick? Sure, but honestly, it didn't bother me. I absolutely adored this season of Game of Thrones. And honestly, the reason I loved it so much is because it's payoff. All the seasons of Game of Thrones have been building to something, and they've all been building to these big war sequences. They've been building for the White Walker fights and the dragons and stuff. And this season delivered on all the build-up. Yes, Battle of the Bastards last season, there was build-up to that, and they paid off in that, but this season was all a lot of action because it is all payoff. It is all, because all the series is building up to is the War of the White Walkers, the War of Cersei on King's Landing, and also the dragons coming and stuff, and that's all here. And this season we get all that. We get to see the White Walkers fight the dragons, Daenerys riding the dragons, blowing White Walkers away. You get to see a lot of crazy shit this season. It is awesome, and there's still more to come. This season ends on a big cliffhanger because the true war is going to happen in the final season, and I can't wait for that. But yeah, what happens in the season? Episode 1 is a really good first start for the season. It's definitely not like the best episode because Daenerys' story, she goes to Dragonstone and basically nothing happens. She basically just says, "Shall we begin?" Yes, the game begins and stuff, but what I really loved in this season was the Starks. The Starks all reunite with each other. Within the first few episodes, Arya reunites with Sansa, and Brandon comes. They all come in Winterfell, and they're all like together, brother and sister, and I've been waiting for that because I'm very pro Starks. And seeing them all together was just awesome. It was very lovely. It wasn't as heartwarming as last season when Jon first sees Sansa again. That was a really touching moment. But seeing the Starks back together was really good. And yeah, I really loved seeing that. And when I saw Arya and Sansa fighting, I was a little scared. I didn't know what they were doing with it, and I don't know what Arya was doing. She was acting very sociopathic around Sansa, and Sansa was acting a little power-hungry, but that all leads to something. I'll get to that soon, because that all builds to something in the finale that just happened, which was amazing. But yeah, it was really cool seeing Arya. You get to see all the faces that she packed and stuff. Then you get to see the conflict with Peter Baelish, with Sansa. He's trying to, put the two sisters against each other and all that shit. And yeah, that was interesting stuff that happened at Winterfell. And Jon, obviously the King of the North, goes to Daenerys because he wants to align with Daenerys because he needs her help, her dragons, to kill the White Walkers. So this season is him going to Dragonstone to meet with Daenerys and stuff. And of course, he brings his hand with him, Davos. He's awesome, as always. And yeah, seeing Tyrion talk to Jon again and seeing Jon communicate with Daenerys was really cool. It was really awesome. I was always looking forward to see Jon meeting Daenerys. And yes, of course, they build on their relationship in a very romantic way, which is a little odd because that's his aunt, because Jon is Targaryen, he's Rhaegar Targaryen's son, but yeah, they build it up like a very romantic thing, which was fine. Was it needed? No, but it's fine. It's all fine and good and stuff, and yeah. People were also debating like Tyrion wasn't as smart this season because he made a few bad decisions. Honestly, I disagree. Tyrion has always been my favorite character, and he was awesome. He had a lot of good smart plans, especially the attack on Castle Rock. Unfortunately, Jaime kind of outsmarted him there, but I still think Tyrion's still a very good hand. I still think he talks to Daenerys about important issues, like who's going to be her heir and stuff, and I know she doesn't like that conversation, but he's behaving like a hand should be. And what happened in this finale when he talks to Cersei, really intense conversation. I still think Peter Dinklage is probably the best actor in this entire series. He gives such an unbelievable performance this season. He's just so damn good. He probably has the funniest lines this season, probably the most quotable lines, and he was just great. And yeah, again, I loved all the stuff with Jon meeting Daenerys this season was really cool, and building their relationship in a very romantic way. I love the scene when he pets the dragon. Really cool stuff because he's her freaking nephew. He's also Targaryen. He's got the dragon blood in him, which is awesome. Also, I love the episode when the Dream Team, everyone calls it, when Jon has the team, has the what's his name, the Wildling guy, the Knights Without Banners, the Hound, Jorah, Gendry, Davos, all of them team up and they go north of the Wall to get a White Walker to prove to Dany and to Cersei that White Walkers are real. Really intense episode. You get to see Daenerys fly on the dragon, blow all the White Walkers away, and of course, the Night Commander, the Night King, kills one of her dragons, which was, it was so sad. It was seeing that dragon fall, and seeing that White Walker turn that dragon into an ice dragon, amazing! And yeah, a lot of crazy shit happens this season, but it all builds to a finale. And also, yeah, Jorah comes back and Sam cures him of his disease, which was really cool. Very touching moment with that. And yeah, Jim Broadbent's also in here. He has the maester and stuff. And yeah, the Sam story wasn't as interesting, but it was still really cool. I love seeing Sam Tarly and stuff. And Brandon, the three-eyed raven, acting like a creepy little bastard. But you know what? It was all good. It all builds to the finale, though. Like, I was really looking forward to this finale because it was the conversation, it was the meeting of all these leaders meeting together to build a truce and to line together to defeat the White Walkers. And they show Cersei the White Walker, she believes them, and she creates a false truce with them, because basically she wants them all to go fight the White Walkers, and while they're all going to fight the White Walkers, she's going to attack their kingdoms and rule the fucking kingdom and stuff. Like a total bitch Cersei is, and Jaime has had enough of her shit. I don't know what happens in this finale, but Jaime leaves Cersei, and I thought Jaime was going to die by Cersei. I legit thought Jaime was going to die, but he leaves. I don't know where Jaime's going. I don't know if he's going to go back to Cersei, or is he just going to where his troops are. Maybe he's going with Tyrion and stuff, but I don't know what Jaime is doing. But even though Cersei is pregnant, I still think Jaime is going to leave her, and I think Jaime is going to be a Kingslayer once again. I think he's going to kill Cersei next season. I am calling that shit, and yeah. Jaime's story was really interesting, and I love Jaime. I think he's a very compelling, very interesting character, and yeah, the choices he has to deal with this season was very intense and really enjoyable, and yeah, that was intense. And yeah, the biggest thing that happened this season, at the finale, was Littlefinger. Yes, at Winterfell, this whole time I thought Arya and Sansa were just like, going against each other, they were hating on each other and stuff, and Littlefinger was just turning them against each other, but as it turns out, they were playing Peter Baelish this whole time, and they flat out execute him in the finale. Yes! Yes, fuck you, Littlefinger. Yes, I have been waiting for Peter Baelish to die, and finally in the finale, Arya grabs the fucking dagger, grabs Needle, and slits that son of a bitch's throat. Does she use Needle? Actually, I don't remember. Does she use his blade, or does she use Needle? I forget. Well, whatever the case, she fucking slids Peter Baelish's throat, which is good karma, because that's the exact same way Lady Catelyn died, so, you know what? He got to be with his loved one, even though Lady Catelyn would never be with him, but he died just like her. So, yeah, that was pretty funny, and that was awesome. That plan Arya and Sansa had was fucking great. So brilliant. And yes, of course, the finale happens with Jon Snow hooking up with Daenerys and stuff, and you know what's gonna happen with that. It's going to be a very confusing situation, because that's his aunt. He's having sex with his aunt. And she's obviously probably gonna get pregnant too, so it's very confusing shit. And that's going to get complicated. Even when Tyrion sees them banging in the bed, he's like, shit is going to get real now. And of course, Samwell Tarly makes his way back to Winterfell, and Brandon just tells Samwell Tarly, yeah, Jon is the rightful heir to the throne. He's Rhaegar Targaryen's son. And yeah, that was interesting. And of course, the entire season ends with the White Walkers destroying the wall of the Night's Watch, and the Ice Dragon coming and fucking messing shit up with his ice breath, and the Night King riding him, and the White Walkers are coming for everyone. They're coming to Winterfell, and they're coming to kill every human being. And that's how the season ends. Ends with the White Walkers destroying the wall, and they're all coming for everybody. And of course, that's the war. This is the war we've been building up to since episode 1. Everyone's gonna come together, and they're all gonna fight the White Walkers in a 6-episode finale next year. I can't wait. I really can't. I can't wait, because this was a hell of a good season. I know a lot of people were bitching and complaining and moaning. This is too rushed. They're building too much on the Dany and Jon relationship. It's creepy. Well, one of the main characters in the show, they're twins, and then they're hooking up. So incest is not like a thing it's not a different thing, a part of the show. Like, they've had incest since the first episode, so it's not that creepy. Is it necessary? No, but still. Yeah, I thought it was fine. I think the season as a whole was still great. The acting by every actor is fantastic. The direction's phenomenal. The action scenes this season were freaking badass. And everything that I wanted to see was I wanted to see. I wanted to see dragons fighting White Walkers. I wanted to see one of the dragons die. You got to see some really cool shit. You got to see Bronn be a badass and shoot a freaking dragon down. That was awesome. You got to see some cool shit. And we also got to see Littlefinger die in the finale, which was satisfying, because I've been wanting that prick to die since like episode 2. He's always annoyed me. But yeah, this was a great season. Was it the best season of Game of Thrones? Not quite, but it was still a fucking solid season. Was it a bit rushed at times? Sure, but again, 7 episodes. Instead of 10 episodes, it's 7 episodes. And they have to end a lot of stories and stuff, so of course they had to rush through a few things, but I still think, all in all, it was an amazing season, and I loved it. It was so damn great. Yeah, again, not the best. I still thought season 6 was a tad better, but I still loved it. It was so great. It's Game of Thrones. I always love Game of Thrones. It's the greatest television show on television as of now, and this season didn't disappoint me, and I'm so excited, so fucking excited for season 8. I'm excited for season 8, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about this season. It was awesome. All the stuff that happened, went down, was really great. I thought more deaths were gonna happen. I thought maybe Cersei was going to die this season, but I think she'll die by Jaime next season. I'm gonna call that shit. And yeah, I'm very nervous for some characters, because a lot of my favorite characters are still alive. I doubt they'll be still alive next season, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see next year. But until then, season 7 was freaking awesome. And yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give Game of Thrones season 7 a 9.8 out of 10. So yeah, I can't quite get it to the 10, but I almost want to give it a 10. But yeah, it's not the best season of Game of Thrones, but it's still freaking amazing. So yeah, that was my review for Game of Thrones Season 7. It was so good. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me what were your thoughts and opinions of Game of Thrones Season 7? What were your favorite moments? What were your favorite action scenes? What was your favorite episode? Give me your thoughts and opinions. My favorite episode was that finale. That finale was awesome. That was my favorite episode. And my favorite moment was probably Braun shooting down that dragon. That was pretty freaking cool. That was pretty cool. Also, the wildling talking to the hound. That was pretty awesome, too. Yeah, a lot of good moments this season. But yeah, what was your favorite moments? What was your favorite episode? Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.